When did you get back?
Do I? What? Does that mean I can't work anymore?
Who do we fire?
Well, somebody's got to get the employee of the month shirt, so.
Well,
Hey, can I at least be employee for the day and then I'll go home?
I guess we can keep you on Tony for a little longer. At the end of the day.
I got a better solution. Let's just become a Rotary Club.
Yeah. If you haven't noticed, Leg Arms is back, so I guess we better put him to work.
Yeah.
Just got back, right after we hired somebody.
It's good to be back, but then I find out I got competition, Tony.
Yeah, we can probably figure it out today though.
I thought I finally got rid of him, but it didn't work. All right, let's get to work. After evaluating this a little closer, a couple things. Made some mistakes. One, I can't make a box. I gotta make it more like an eye, otherwise the front steer wheels won't be able to steer. And two, this square tubing I bought is just too light. I thought it'd be heavy enough, it's not. So I came across some 2-inch tubing here that we had in storage, and I think that'll be a lot stronger for the build. So we're gonna switch over to that. Tony's doing a good job making the door for the smoke compartment. And Leg Arms is back there doing something with the axle. And so I'm gonna get a grinder and start cleaning up the edges on the rotor housing, because my plasma cuts aren't the most. Let's just take a look. We'll clean it up.
Now that I got those axle shafts built, I just need to weld it on the square tubing that I measured out for the whole length. And from the outside to the outside of the tires should be about 4 feet is what we're doing. So once I build the back axle, then we can build the supports for the, well, to go to the front axle.
Well, I went through, I ground all the plasma edges off. A little wavy right here. I made a mistake when I cut that one. It was kind of hard with the brackets. There's some pitting where I used a Torx actually on some of these welds. You can see where it cut in the side of the tube. I think I'm gonna get some Bondo, some kind of paint filler, put it in there. We'll clean it up, sand it down real well, then put paint on top, and you shouldn't see those imperfections. Had these I had to take off, same with that side, right there, on this side as well. But I'm not gonna clean this edge up because his cap that's going in there that Tony's working on, there'll be a weld all along that. So there's no reason to clean that edge up other than just for the weld to be a little stronger, which that's not a structure point. So as long as the welder does a good job of making a nice pattern, it'll look great. Well, that's a lot of grinding done. We're getting there. Look at this. That is a slag from cutting that shaft apart. Isn't that crazy? It's a lot of iron that had to come off.
Well, now I need to figure out a way to let the drafted air in to keep the fire going, but not get too much oxygen in there that it gets hot and it doesn't smoke. So Nick came up with a great idea. Sickle sections. We're gonna weld 3 sickle sections together, put them on a little track on the bottom here, cut out triangles behind that, and we'll be able to slide this back and forth to adjust our inlet for air. Hopefully it's enough air, but I think it'll work. door for the most part is done, minus a way to latch it shut, but we'll do that when it's all mounted up here. Now I'm gonna get this thing put back in the end of the rotor, get it all tacked in, hang the door on it, get it all figured out how that's gonna go.
All right, Tony, I think it's time. You need to hit the road, right?
Yeah, little drive home yet.
Well, it's been fun. It's good been having Tony here working on this. He's a good fab chop, cut. He's done a lot of stuff, built over 100 hopper bottoms.
Yep.
Pretty amazing stuff. So no, having Tony on board when Leg Arms wasn't here was definitely a help. Now Leg Arms is here, I don't need you.
Fine.
If you guys don't know Tony Fast, make sure you go to his YouTube channel, Fast Ag Montana.
Yep.
And Instagram, all kinds of good stuff. But his YouTube channel is great. Similar to ours, but totally different.
Yeah.
He's got some cool machines. So go stop by Tony, subscribe to his channel, and enjoy his videos because they're worth watching.
Do you like Jake brakes?
Yeah, I love Jake brakes. He's got lots of Jake brakes.
Lots of Jake brakes.
He's got sweet trucks. Okay.
So, thanks, Nick.
Yeah, you bet, Tony. Well, we're back at it. Had a little bit of a break. Went crazy the other day. We're good. Things are moving along. This thing is looking more and more like a torpedo or a smoker. You guys can be the decider of that. As you can see, the frame is welded together. We're just getting to the point where he's great the sports stuff. Leg Arms is working on that. I'm gonna kind of help square this thing up a little bit before he gets over here, and then we can figure out how to tack him on there. And then we gotta fix the door, put hinges on it, kind of figure out how we're gonna do the rafts bars. Some of them are gonna be cut so they can overlap as it closes. I gotta get a thin strapping, a flat iron to run around the door, so when it closes, it doesn't leak smoke out of all the nasty plasma cutter crack. And then some work to do on the inside once we get this thing leveled and on its stand. Gotta cut some openings so smoke can move through a vent over here. Take a hitch, and then when we get to the point, I think I need to take this thing to a sandblasting shop. Sandblast it down so it's just bare metal. And then hopefully if all goes to plan, my paint will show up, which I ordered, and then randomly the order got canceled. So I ordered it again, so it hopefully gets here in time. And then I'll paint this thing. And then there's just a piece left that Case IH is making for us. If you go on the inside, it's done. Oh, we're gonna haul some peas today too.
Now I went ahead and cut out the right angles for the supports to support the rotor. And to keep these together, I just tacked just a piece of angle iron on. We'll set it up, square it up, figure out where we want. We'll tack these all on. And then we'll have to lift the rotor up and grind off the paint, weld it together, and then that rotor will be secure on the frame.